Notification, SCOUDER 1234. Home team selection Ohio State Buckeyes. Team ready. Ready. Home team selection Ohio State Buckeyes.
And the Buckeyes, a rivalry born of one side setting the standard and the other trying to climb the mountain. And we are on the cusp of dotting the I on a great clash in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field.
Entering play call screen. Normal.
The Nittany Lions will kick it away to start. He'll bring it out. It's Bush. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things.
There are 8 categories. You have weld options. Counter Y is selected. Max protect. Max protect.
Going with the counter play here. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's why he's an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Now they'll try the right side. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice game. And the Nittany Lions move the change with some signature hard-nosed running.
Some Big Ten physicality, some Big Ten running the football. Gotta have it. Gotta start with that when you're in the Big Ten and when you're at Penn State.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They'll ride the hot hand. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Entering play call.
Offense will take that 3-5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Inside zone split.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Short cross. Short cross.
Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's McFadden. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
And the Nittany Lions are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. And that is a tough assignment for a defense to cover back man-to-man who can get downfield like that.
Especially when he can run routes the way he does, Reese. I'm really impressed watching this running back with how he's able to cut and how he doesn't telegraph where he's going. He is a weapon catching the ball out of the backfield.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
The Nittany Lions will try to punch it in on first and goal. Lost to throw again. Looking for the score. Knocked away. Incomplete. Quarters get tied in the red zone.
Really nice job of awareness on first down that time by the defender. Sees the throw, is able to knock it down for the incompletion.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
ISO, concept, medium, quick, slant. There are 6 categories. Empty NY stick, stick. Empty NY stick, stick. Stick. Middle slant.
A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back.
There are 6 categories. You have 13 options. Stick is selected.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help.
Corner. Corner.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He's brought down a short return, and the defense comes out on top with the pick.
I know it's early, but it's just one drive, right? You got to put this behind you. It isn't how you want it to open up. It isn't how you want it to start. This offense has got to go to the sidelines, get with the coach, settle down, and figure out the game plan for the rest of the game.
And the Buckeyes backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. Not much running room there. thanks to this senior defender.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Inside blitz. Hot blitz 3.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Standing in his own end zone, looking to throw. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Buckeyes will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play.
Outside zone. There are 11 categories. Outside zone.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. With this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership. Come out here, lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive.
String toss.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And that's something this offense is going to try to do in this game. They're doing it early. They want to establish the run game. They want to be more physical. They want to control the line of scrimmage. That's how they're going to attack this defense.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Really good zone coverage. I think really good understanding to start the play. Third down, reads pass, linebacker breaks on the football in zone coverage, knocks the ball down and forces the fourth down.
Hail Mary. Player. Street run. Play special teams. There are 2 categories. Unit 14.
The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Never had a chance. One coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10.
Cover 4 cons. Cover 4 quarter. Cover 3 sky.
They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Baker. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
Cover 9.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Spread.
Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top. Setting up the screen. Breaks the tackle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. Running backs just have to be a weapon in the passing game, even for little dump-offs and checkdowns.
Yeah, find your matchups. I mean, you think about running back versus a linebacker. We like that matchup in space, and so find ways to get the football to your running back in space where you can break tackles and make things happen because they're just so dynamic.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Skips away from pressure. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter.
Cover 3 Sky. Cover 3 Buzz Penny. Corner blitz 2. Cover 4 quarters.
This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it up to 36.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the 1st and keeping this drive alive.
Cover 6 Willie. Tampadu. Cover 6 Willie.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Baker. Here's a heat. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. If they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
Looking to throw on 1st down. He's going for it all. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Ohio State. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it, throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. We just didn't have it there.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Quick strike complete. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. These two Blue Bloods really didn't become rivals until Penn State joined the Big Ten in the early 90s. We really sensed that Ohio State has been a bit of a measuring stick for Penn State.
I think we always talk about Penn State. We talk about winning the big game. How do they play against Ohio State? A big rivalry. Palmer, it seems like they're always there. They're always in the game, but do they find a way to break through and win this rivalry?
Yeah, it's always so close, too. You think back to Woody Hayes and you think back to Joe Paterno. For years and years and years, when these two teams play, it is so physical. There's so much talent. It could go any way. This is one of the more fun games to watch every season.
and that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Just keeps slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basic breaks into the open. Plows through the defense. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll leave it with him. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to adjust the pattern. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited, get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
There are 8 categories. There are 13 subcategories. Option is set to slash 30 plays. You have 7 options. Medium pass is selected. Deep pass. Flood. There are 12 categories. Flood levels.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Snagged out of the air. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple inches short.
Inside handoff.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Tries to get it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Baker. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Keep half. Give cushion.
From the gun, the running back has it. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
3, deep. Cover 2 invert. Cover 1 hole. Cover 2 invert.
Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. Back open in the middle. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
Cover 1 hole.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads it left. Touchdown, Ohio State. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout. It's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking downfield on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
College football, man, there's so much speed on the field now. Your safeties are smaller, they're quicker, they're faster, they're more versatile than ever. They can rush the passer. You can send them at any time. Great job by the free safety. Getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack.
And there's finally a bright spot for this offense in the passing game, completing that on third down. I know we're in the second quarter. They're trailing by a lot, but you need something positive to happen here to build some momentum. Maybe they can build on that, drive the field, score some points before going in here at halftime, and get a little juju going.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Gonna swing it on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now, why they're trailing on the scoreboard, is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He wants to throw it again. And here's the third interception of the night. No real chance on the return, but they got it at the 34.
And he can fill up the hand now with that big man. That's number 5 on the season. Consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
To the air, it's Baker. Right down the middle. Finds the big tight end. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
And he's going to bring this one out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
There are 3 categories. You have 4
So let's see how they play it in this final 30
selected.
seconds of the first half. Quick release on the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. We saw it all in that last play.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime.
Corner.
Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Wants to throw, they'll have to be efficient against the clock. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Entering base model screen, you have 5 options.
Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And he's not going to take the touchback. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone.
Inside zone.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Wheel. Zid.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Power football with the run. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Working on the right. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Cover 3 Sky.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Into the end zone he goes.
Touchdown,
Ohio State. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
You have 9 options.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
9 options.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.
Entering play call.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter. This quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Yes.
Right back to him on the ground. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Got his man. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
Perfect timing to call that pass plays. Third and short down here in the red zone. Everybody in the stadium expecting you to run the football, and if you don't get it, maybe you kick a field goal, maybe you go for it on fourth. You don't have to worry about.
And he takes it in for the score.
Touchdown,
Buckeyes.
A
quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more a better route.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They'll go with the 5 wide out set on second and 7.
Right.
Back to pass. That's caught. It's Rourke. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
He makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup will put them in position to pick up a first down.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Short cross.
From the gun on third down. Complete. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Wants to throw it. Under fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the third sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Rourke. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Slant routes are good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
DB's right up on the receiver.
Short cross.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Penn State! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation and timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line.
Spread.
Might be calling a hot route. To throw, it's Baker. Gets it away off his back foot. He's got it on the left. Off to the races. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Starts a drive trying to go up top. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Man, when you go over the middle, you got to be willing to take the punishment. You're going to get hit a lot of times anyways, so you might as well catch the football. But his arms starting to look a little bit like Reese Davis when the check comes at dinner.
Back to pass on second down. Finds his man. It's Hayes. And as they get him to the ground, running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
Personnel, there are 8 categories. There are 1 RB bar 1 RB, empty quads HK, trips HK, empty and slot screen. Flood switch. DBL comeback. Curls. Empty and RPO computer. Empty and slot cross.
After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down.
Trips. RPO peak stick.
Trying to pick up a first down.
Sluggo. Sluggo.
Defense in press coverage.
Zid.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens, and they get out of sync, and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Entering play call formation, there are 4 categories. You have 27 options. Cover 3 matches selected. Pass.
Here's the handoff. Hard running there. Not a whole lot of room there 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, a quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big-body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on third down. That thing would have hit a spring in the middle of the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way. And we look really good.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Call, 5 personnel, 2 RB, 1 RB, empty quads H, trips HBWK.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down.
White 53. White 53.
They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup and ball on that play.
The #1 goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down. And I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give us up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Looking for more room. He'll go out of bounds at the 4-yard line, and he almost had a pick six.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.
Entering play call, tight, you have 15 options, hot blitz for
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. With Ohio State once again taking down Penn State in this one, the Nittany Lion fans left to wonder what might have been. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollock and Jeff.
Entering weekly advanced summary screen.